What's up, fight fans? In today's video, we've got Paddy Pimblett going hard at Ilia Topuria, even calling him out for a fight at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Paddy said, "Take me to the Bernabeu and I'll punch your face in." The rivalry between these two is getting more intense than ever, and it feels like their fight is now closer than it's ever been. Next up, we'll talk about UFC Fight Night 261, where Charles Oliveira has a brand new opponent lined up. We'll also take a look at Alex Pereira, who has accused Ankalaev of being a coward, and much more. So without further ado, let's get started. Paddy Pimblett has now denied Ilia Topuria's accusations, as well as the controversial comment that originally sparked their rivalry. It all began back in 2021 when Pimblett got into an online argument with Georgian fighter Guram Kutataladze. Out of frustration, Paddy tweeted, "Stupid, are these Georgians? Man, no wonder the Russians terrorized their lives." That tweet was later deleted, and even though Paddy eventually apologized, the damage had already been done. For Georgians, those words cut deep. For Ilia Topuria, that was already too much. The comments, the online arguments, and the tension had reached a boiling point. From the moment he saw what Paddy Pimblett had said, Topuria made it his mission to respond, to punish Pimblett not in words, but through action inside the octagon. The rivalry, which may have started as a minor online spat, had quickly escalated into one of the most talked-about conflicts in the UFC lightweight division. Fans were already divided, taking sides on social media, forums, and in interviews, with each fighter gaining supporters eager to see this clash finally play out in the cage. Topuria, known for his stoic demeanor and precise fighting style, did not take provocations lightly. He trained with renewed focus, determined to prove that actions speak louder than words. Every jab, every combination, every sparring session was intensified by his desire to send a message, to show Pimblett and the rest of the world that he would not be disrespected. The tension wasn't just professional, it became personal. Topuria saw Pimblett's comments as an unnecessary insult, one that crossed a line and challenged his integrity, his culture, and his identity. When Topuria eventually captured the UFC lightweight championship, the fire between him and Pimblett flared up once again. With the title now in his possession, Topuria's words carried even more weight. The championship belt was not just a symbol of skill, it was a testament to the journey he had endured to reach the top, and he wasn't about to let online taunts diminish his accomplishments. During an appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Topuria finally addressed the situation publicly, sharing his side of the story with millions of fans listening worldwide. He said, "Say whatever you want about me, but don't talk about war because you don't know what it's like." That's a crazy thing to say. Those words struck a chord. Topuria's reference to war wasn't hyperbole. It carried the weight of lived experiences and cultural significance. He wanted to make it clear that certain topics, certain histories, and certain struggles are not for casual mockery or disrespect. His statement was firm but measured, a reflection of a man who knew the value of discipline, control, and precision, both inside and outside the octagon. Meanwhile, the MMA community watched closely. Analysts dissected every word, fans debated every nuance, and Pimblett himself was forced to respond. What had started as a minor online disagreement had become a saga capturing global attention. It wasn't just about two fighters anymore. It was a clash of personalities, values, and reputations. Every fight, every interview, every social media post would now be viewed through the lens of this rivalry. Ultimately, the story of Topuria and Pimblett highlights more than just athletic competition. It shows how words, actions, and respect intertwine in the world of professional MMA. For Ilia Topuria, the moment of insult became a catalyst, a driving force that fueled his determination and sharpened his focus, reminding fans why the sport is as much about mental resilience as it is about physical prowess. The stage was set for an epic showdown, one that promised to settle both personal and professional scores once and for all. But Paddy didn't agree. In an interview with in a brand new main event for UFC Fight Night 261, and it is one that fight fans in Rio de Janeiro don't want to miss. On October 11th, Charles Oliveira is set to step into the octagon in front of his home crowd, but not against his originally scheduled opponent. Oliveira was supposed to face Rafael Fiziev, but just weeks before fight night, Fiziev was forced to withdraw due to injury. That left the UFC scrambling to find a replacement. And speculation immediately started running wild. Even Oliveira's manager added fuel to the fire by posting 3 flags on Instagram: Brazil, England, and Armenia. But now the mystery is over. It's official. Poland's Mateusz Gamrot is stepping in to face Charles Oliveira in the main event. The announcement didn't just surprise the fans, it even shocked Gamrot himself. Wow, whoa. And let's be honest, the fact that Gamrot agreed to take this fight on such short notice deserves a lot of respect. Charles Oliveira is one of the most dangerous lightweights in UFC history, and his record speaks for itself. Yet, according to Oliveira, Gamrot was the only fighter who actually agreed to step up. Meanwhile, Rafael Fiziev has explained what really caused his withdrawal. He confirmed that it wasn't just a minor setback. The injury was serious enough to make competing impossible. Everyone. "Yeah, many people are asking me what happened to me, why I'm out of the fight," Fiziev said. I injured my knee. Again, but alhamdulillah, there's no need for surgery. But I cannot push 100%. I cannot work, cannot wrestle, cannot spar, Fiziev explained. And yeah, I have to heal up right now for a couple of months and then come back to fight, guys. I wish to fight in Brazil. This was my dream fight. But I've already had a couple of surgeries on my knee, and it's a big risk to go into a fight with an injured knee right now. A 3rd surgery on the same knee, that's not good. I have to heal up, guys. But now the stage is set. Charles Oliveira will fight in front of his Brazilian fans, looking to prove that he's still the most dangerous man in the division. Across from him will be Mateusz Gamrot, seizing the biggest opportunity of his career and doing it on less than 3 weeks' notice. And make no mistake, this isn't just a replacement fight. It's a high-stakes showdown with everything on the line. But what do you think? Who do you see winning this fight? Let us know down in the comments below. Meanwhile, Alex Pereira claims that Magomed Ankalaev, the man he's set to face again next week, was hiding from him at the UFC Performance Institute to avoid a face-to-face encounter. "I said I can follow you. Let's go," Pereira revealed. "Yeah." Not a compliment. Pereira also recently shut down talk about a possible trilogy with the Dagestani if he wins the belt back, saying, "I think the story will be over now." As you know, Ankalaev is a skilled striker, and the upcoming fight could serve as even more proof of that. If Magomed outstrikes Pereira again in their rematch, it's hard to imagine anyone questioning his status. But Pereira is ready for war. The latest training footage shows that he's in excellent shape and fully prepared for battle. Meanwhile, UFC bantamweight title contender Corey Sandhagen isn't buying into reigning champion Merab Dvalishvili's promise to knock him out on the feet in their upcoming fight. Sandhagen warned Merab that it would be his biggest mistake if he tries to strike with him. And then also, Merab gets people really tired, Sandhagen explained. "I think we've done a really good job this camp of pushing really hard, but not only pushing really hard, also being able to fight really smart at certain times. We've had to fight the takedowns extremely hard, and then get right back to striking. And yeah, I mean outside of those 2 paths to victory. What is Merab going to do? Knock me out? Like, that's not happening, you know," Sandhagen said. "So this fight is going to be striking. It's going to be me defending the takedown attempts. And I know he's been saying that he's going to strike, but that's just not true. And if that is true, that's a horrible idea. Don't do that, Merab. But that's what the fight's going to be anyway." Later, there was a light-hearted exchange during training. "Merab, do you really mean I'm your favorite sparring partner?" "Aljo, 100%. You are my favorite sparring partner." "I'm your favorite sparring partner?" "Yes, 100%. Are you sure?" "Everything?" "Yes, 100%. Yes, 100%. "Me? You really mean that?" "Yes, 100%. "Me?" "Yes, 100%. Are you sure?" "Yes, 100%. Are you sure?" "Yes, 100%. You sure, bro?" "Yes, 100%. Meanwhile, the promotion company Most Valuable Promotions which is organizing the exhibition fight between influencer-turned-boxer Jake Paul and undefeated WBA super lightweight world champion Gervonta Davis, has officially released the rules for the upcoming bout. The fight will take place at a catchweight of 195 lbs, will consist of 10 3-minute rounds, and the fighters will wear 12 Oz gloves. The fight will be scored by 3 judges, and a winner will be announced. However, the result will not count on either fighter's official record. And for this spectacle, Jake Paul himself will earn a staggering $50 million. That's insane. I'm going to ask, what are you making for the fight? But you and Gervonta are making... I'm being cheesy, but I want to know. You guys are pocket-watching a little bit here. What are you guys making? What would you guess? Jake replied. What do you think? 50 to 100 million. You're closer on the first number. Wow, people are saying like 200 million. It's just like, no, boxing's not like that anymore. No, you bet, mother. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? How much I want to bet? I'll bet you guys put on the biggest event of the year. I'm not betting on your fight. You're not betting on the fight? I'm not betting on the fight. Not like MMA fighters. Let's not make this happen. This is absolutely ridiculous. Everyone's here. Everyone's here. We are here. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more updates and fight coverage.